Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here, back with more Let's Play Panzer Dragoon Saga, and we're going to go down to the 7th floor and see what awaits us there. I've got a good feeling about this. 7 East. Alright, so what's the map look like here? Alright, so that's it? Really? Okay. Well, you know, whatever works. Didn't hit the button so that we can go faster, and this is going to take us back up to the 8th floor, but a different section of the 8th floor that we couldn't get to before. So, yeah. That's the thing about the tower, is it's trying to make you think in 3 dimensions, like that stuff above you and below you, which, you know, really neat. And like I said, if there was ever a sequel to this game, I would love to see, you know, just things added to the system. I wouldn't want to see too much changed. Just a couple of things added to what's already there. So seeing things in 3D. We came all this way, and it's a dead end. Well, we get the rotor. The quickest way is through the floor. There's got to be a way. So let's activate the rotor, for one. Oh, and this one brings down pylons that we can drop into the floor. This really can't be their method of actually getting through here. Like, there's a lot of questions going on right now of who designed this place? And why did you do this? There's always questions about when a contractor does stuff that you're like, who thought that this was the plan? Alright, so now we can go back down to the 7th floor again. But yeah, like, I haven't gotten a chance to play it myself yet, but Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds, the concept of, you know, multi-tiered dungeons, I would like to see that with, you know, when you've got flight as, you know, your main mechanic, it opens up, you know, a lot of different configurations of how things could work. Alright, so we've got 2 different pathways. And I can't go that way, so we've only got 1 pathway we can actually go through. How fantastic is that? But yeah, not that there's ever going to be a sequel to this game, because Team Andromeda's pretty much gone, and from what I can remember, there's a lot of really bad history involving Team Andromeda. Like, bad things happen, like during the development of this game, there were a couple of deaths, you know, not like anything spooky or weird, just, you know, guy got hit by a car sort of thing. But there was a huge toll on the morale of the group as they were working on this project, and it was just very disheartening. Alright, so we've got more energy pylons that are supposed to show up in these rooms, but I've probably got to hit one of the rotors to get them to activate. In the meantime, I'm gonna get free stuff, which is alright, because I have not sold any of my stuff that I got in the Red Ruins, so probably should do that. Alright, so we've got energy pylons now. Hopefully that lowered them for all 3 rooms, or at least just the room that was not there. So I've got to destroy these and then I'm gonna go back before I go through the 7th floor here, because that'll open up, and I want to go this way and see if that gave us access to the pylons. Yep. So I want to destroy all those. I'm going to go ahead and just destroy everything while I'm at it. There should be pylons on the very north room as well. So, like I said, we're just going to take out everything. But Team Andromeda it seems to be no more, which is disappointing. The creator of Panzer Dragoon did Crimson Dragon on the Xbox One, but from what I hear, it did not get good reviews. But, I mean, this is not, you know, your typical Panzer Dragoon. It's not a rail shooter. This is an RPG, and I really think the lore and the combat style for this game would work really well again in a modern title. Alright, so that would take us to 7th floor east. Let me bring up a map and see what we've got. West, south, east. Okay, so this one will take us east, I think. So we'll go that way. Because what we want to do is just go through all of these and eventually get to a specific point. I think this is not the way... Yeah, this is not the way we wanted to go. We wanted to go the other way. So, access that. I went the wrong way. Let's see if I can get... I should be able to get back up. But there is some good news. There's going to be a save device over here, which is good for when we come back. And brake targets, really? Okay. More ambrosia. And a tri-blast chip. I think we only get like a handful of tri-blast chips unless you buy them, which I could do. I could leave the tower. I don't want to leave the tower, but I could leave the tower. Alright, so that takes us back to tower middle floors. So I actually want to go back up and then back through there. That should be the same path. 8th floor north. No, that's not it. That takes us the wrong way. So we gotta leave and go through this one, I believe. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure where it is. I just know I went the wrong way, so I gotta double back. Which I truly hate doing, but... see where we're going. 8th passage east. I think this is where we want to go. Because this was the first... yeah, this is basically where we started the episode, because this will take us down to the 7th floor. So, yeah. A little bit out of the way, but not anything that's, you know, terribly major. Just awkward. Alright, where was the exit? Right in front of me, wasn't it? I just not paying any attention. This is just one of those, like, I talk about, you know, what if with sequels. This is one of those games that I would love to see a sequel for, or at least a remake. And I know that's not possible either, because the long-standing rumor is Sega lost the source code for this. There were several hard drives that had Saturn Projects source codes on them, and the story goes that Sega deleted the hard drives so that they could work on a new project. And so they just deleted the source code for dozens of games, which, you know, means that a lot of these games will never see the light of day elsewhere, which is really disappointing, because, you know, with the team gone, the original team gone, there's really not much of a likelihood of getting people back together to redo the project, or it would be really expensive to redo the project, or instead of... It's generally cheaper to take a source code and edit the source code so that it could try to fit a newer project, or to just run on, you know, something else. Because that is the biggest problem with seeing Saturn games elsewhere, is the Saturn was just notoriously difficult to program for, because it used quadrilaterals instead of triangles. So some people were able to get around it and, you know, they took a quadrilateral, which is a four-sided shape, and set one of its sides to 0 so that it could emulate a triangle. And they would just get around it by that, but that caused other programming problems. But yeah, the Saturn was just a beast to try to deal with. So a lot of games just won't be able to be ported. A lot of the games that are ported are things that were already ported to something else. Like Knights had a PC release and a PS2 release back in the day. I believe it had a PC release. I know it had PS2. And now we are in the section of the floor that we wanted to go to. So we need to come over here, and there's going to be a treasure chest and another pylon thing for us to turn off, or a rotor thing for us to turn off. So, or was that was on the main floor. So these are just empty. So I thought there were treasure chests here. Oh well, that was a waste of time. So something that we didn't even really need to do. That is unfortunate. I wish I had noticed that beforehand. There's nothing in either of these rooms that's worth investigating. How disappointing is that? Is there a okay, so there is at least a treasure chest here. But yeah, the sad truth is that, you know, there's not really going to be a lot of re-releases or remakes of a lot of these games unless they already had something else. Which, that's something that pisses me off so much about Dragon Force. Dragon Force got a PS2 release for the Sega Ages collection. So that one could be ported. I would love to see Dragon Force, you know, slightly HD, you know, do hand-drawn sprites for it. Like, kind of like what they did with Guardian Heroes. And just re-release it. I would love to see that. Because the PS2 release already got new artwork. All the cutscene, all the still images that used for the cutscenes, those were all redrawn. So the characters all have slightly different appearances that look really badass. So, like, that's, you know, really impressive, and it's not gotten ported. I guess it's not worth it to do, but Dragon Force was a huge hit on the Saturn, and it sold really well on the PS2 in Japan, as far as I know. I don't have, you know, exact figures, but from what I've been able to figure out from, you know, people who collect and import games and whatnot, it sold well enough. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and save it here. Just on the off chance. So that'd be there. So all of our save files are now rank 6. But yeah, it's part of the problem is wanting that to happen would rely on Sega being able to do it, and it sounds dick. I mean, it kind of is, but I really have, you know, no love lost with Sega. Where the hell am I going? Okay, I'm now really confused. This is not where I was supposed to go. But that's it. There's no other place to go. Unless I have to go up? Because I don't have that section explored. But then how do I get down to the 6th floor? Especially if it seems like I'm going up. Okay, well there's a rotor that needs to be deactivated. Okay, let me consult the guide. Alright, so deactivate rotor, so we've done that. Middle floors below. The door at the north of the lower passage above where you exit should be your next destination. It will already be unobscured. So is that the one down here? I guess? It said already unobscured, so Let's see. Lower inner passage. No. The door north at the lower inner passage above where you exit. I guess? I don't know. That doesn't seem right, because I'm pretty sure I've already been here. Yeah, that's not right. We're not in the right place. 8th North. Yeah, that's not it. Okay, and I can't go back up from here, can I? There's no way to... That's also stupid that I can't just go back up a floor. Ah, that's aggravating. I gotta figure out where I'm going. Alright, so that'll take us back up to the 8th floor, won't it? Yeah? Okay, I gotta find an elevator going down. So that's 8 east. Yeah, that's wrong. I think I gotta go the north, that door that I've already... Another door that I've already been through. I think that's the one. So I gotta get all the way back over there. That'll be fun. I'll take this time to bitch about Sega. So yeah, it's not that I don't see it happening. It's just that I don't see Sega caring to make it happen. If, you know, Atlas had a little bit more, you know, money, manpower, it's entirely possible that they could do something. Because Atlas is a subsidiary of Sega Sammy, just like Sega's a subsidiary. So, like, you could get some decent projects out of them. But, yeah, it seems like it's highly unlikely that that's ever going to be a thing, which really, really, really disappoints me. And especially now that Sega has announced that they're downsizing their North American staff to ridiculous proportions, which sucks because a lot of the people affected are people that I've spoken to. One of the community relations managers on the Sega forums is someone that I've had to deal with on a professional level a couple of times, asking questions, for Rainfall. It's like, hey, what can you tell me about this? And, this seems kind of confusing, can you clear this up? Like, a lot of, just general PR questions. And he was the nicest guy about all of it. And he's being laid off because, Sega just doesn't care about the Western market. Sega Japan is going to keep, producing and releasing tons of great games that are just never going to be localized anywhere else. And that's the long and short of it. The only things that we're going to get here are maybe Sonic titles and PC titles. Alright, so the save point that's there. So I kind of know where I'm at. I gotta go this way. But yeah, it's just disappointing that that's Sega's mindset. Alright, so the one above where we come out to the north. So that one, it said it should be unobtrusive, but it's not. So we gotta do that. And it's still gonna be... Is it because I messed with this again? It may be. It could be because I screwed with this. So we'll have to find out. So it says the north. We'll find out if this is the right way. Hopefully it is. I got just a minute longer, so we'll take this time to figure it out. But, if I could convince Sega to, not do a lot of the things that they've been doing as of late, and to, localize games, I would be all over that. Like, even with as bad as Sega has burnt me in the past, if they made, some sort of concession to try again, I'd give them a chance. I'd buy their stuff. So, alright, so we've got a boss fight. This is going to be fantastic. We're not going to stay for this boss fight because this episode needs to end. So, we've got the battle droid. So, I'm going to start this next episode off with the battle droid. So, I'll see you guys in the next installment. Till then, later everyone.